everybody. So this week we are talking more in depth about our medications, specifically sort of looking at the effects, side effects, things like that, if they've helped us, and just our experience with them. So let's get started. I just got back from the doctor, and the pharmacy. Um, so I've got some new things that I haven't tried, but I'm going to show you what I am on and hopefully what I plan to have help me with issues that are not being addressed by my other medications and getting considerably worse. Okay, so for starters, I take a women's one a day women's formula complete multivitamin. Um, this, ooh, that. I take it in the morning, just one every day, one a day, kind of its thing. Best thing about that is, I guess if you're into that, my nails are like super long and like, I don't know, I'm really bad at this camera thing, but they're like better, like they look fake. um, but anyway, so like before my nails would like kind of peel sometimes, or I don't know, they were just like um, kind of weak. So that's, I don't know, bonus to that, because that's not really what I'm taking it for necessarily. But anyway, so that's my vitamin. I take one of those every day. I take fish oil every day, and these are just nature-made ultra omega minis, because I find that the regular fish oil is really, let me grab one real quick. Okay, so here's basically the difference between these gigantor ones that I have like initially bought, and apparently I was crazy. This is how big they normally are. This is how big the half-size one that I take is. Mainly because with these large ones, I tend to find that they're just so oblong. They're like easy to choke on. I don't know. They're gross. I don't really like them. Um, so instead, I opt for taking 4 of the little ones instead of 2 of the big ones. But I mean, you can, take it either way. I take that for my high cholesterol, which is caused by my PCOS. But anyway, that's what my fish oil looks like. Also, I get this kind that is burpless. That is because when you take fish oil, um, it will make you burp, and it tastes bad. Um, it makes me burp only maybe a few times within, sometimes it's worse than others, but just a couple of times within maybe 3 or so hours of taking it. Um, Basically, about the burpless thing, from what I gathered online, is that during the process of manufacturing, the burpless are not exposed to oxygen and just air in general as they're being manufactured. So it lessens the chances of, it lessens the, I don't know, whatever it is in it that makes you burp. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But I do know at the beginning of the bottle, you don't really notice that. Towards the end of the bottle, it's a lot more noticeable. Um, anyway, so my doctor didn't prescribe, but wanted me to take fish oil for my cholesterol. I like to think that it's helping. I have no idea because I haven't been back for blood work yet. Hopefully I will know something more about that. In maybe a month, I think I have to go back. Um, my next pill that I want to talk about is my birth control, which is Ocella. It comes in a box like this, but they, look just like regular birth control. Side effects from birth control. I don't have any real side effects other than I think that it changes the type of acne that I have. Um, for some women, I know it makes it better, makes their acne and hair problems better. Um, not me. Not me at all. I've always had acne, varying degrees of acne. Nowadays, it doesn't seem to be as much the quantity as it was maybe when I was a teenager, as much as it is like the severity, like, I mean, just like ridiculous, like obvious, kind of places, just here and there. So my acne has changed anyway with age, but I think that the birth control makes it different. Um, but that could just be me. I've been on this birth control for a few years, 3 years maybe. So it doesn't do anything for me as far as acne is concerned, as far as making it better at least. My next thing that I take is Metformin, the good old flagship PCOS drug. Metformin looks like this white pill. Um, I take it 3 times a day. It's the Metformin ER or XR. They're both stand for extended release. 500 milligram tablet 3 times a day. I take it with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When I first started taking it right off, I took one for every day at the same time for a week. Then I took 2 every day at the same time for a week. And then I bumped up to 3. Um, at first, I didn't really have any side effects, but it was weird because I hear a lot of women online say that at about a month, your symptoms kind of subside, anything that you're having issues with. Mine almost seemed like at a month, which was when I was hitting my max intake of them. So I think that probably had a lot to do with it. It seemed like that was when I started having issues with them. Um, just things from like loose stool or like a kind of, it's hard to explain, but it's like a gassy feeling, but it's almost like a painful all of a sudden in one spot, like almost like you feel like your intestines might explode, but it's like just this super sharp pain. Not that you, um, not that you necessarily really are that gassy as you feel. Um, but that's really only happened a handful of times for me. Um, it doesn't feel good. It is painful. I'm not gonna lie to you. But literally, I don't. Um, I'm not on an anti-carb thing or anything like that. I some days do still eat, pasta, bread, things like that. I try to limit it. I try to eat it with protein. I try to do whole grain as much as possible, which I do think makes a big difference. I do still drink beer on occasion. Typically, when I do that, because I am afraid to take the medication at that same time, if I know that I'm going somewhere and I'm going to have a few beers, I I won't take my metformin that night. So, I'll have it at lunch, which for me, my hours are kind of different than a lot of people. So, like, I have breakfast, at like 11 or 12, like in the, like, late morning, afternoon. So my lunch is typically from 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. And then, um, again, my dinner would be later than most people. Um, so I would just have that last pill, maybe not any later, typically for me, 6, 7 o'clock at the very latest. And I just wouldn't take my nighttime pill after that. Um, so, I mean, I don't know. That's just how I personally do it. um, the longer that I've been on metformin, I started it at the end of January. So I had maybe not even the whole last week of January that I was on it. Um, and up until now, and currently, I still have times when I have like a loose stool, or I will all of a sudden have the urge to run to the restroom, because some days it just hits me like that. It doesn't seem to really have a rhyme or reason for me. I know some women say that their side effects subside if they watch their carb intake. Mine doesn't necessarily seem to jive with that. So it's kind of hit or miss. I had one of those days a couple days ago, but for the most part, it doesn't really bother me. I think I feel better with it than I did without it. My energy level is significantly better than it was. Um, I guess it also serves to mention that when I had my blood work done, that they did not tell me that I had insulin resistance. They said my sugars looked fine. Um, so, I mean, who knows? Um, I don't know all the science behind it. Don't have a degree in that. It's not my thing. But I just know that I feel better. So that's a good thing. I know that it also initially, I lost quite a bit of weight right off the bat. Um, I think just because I've heard that PCOS makes you kind of retain water a little bit, and things like that. For me, it seemed to be like a huge difference right when I took the metformin. Um, but maybe that was just me or I'm crazy. I don't know. But I I don't think that for me the side effects are bad enough that I would get off of it. I haven't considered it. Some women also are on the regular, that's not the extended release. And some women do better on that, just like some women do better on the extended release. I don't know because I've only ever had the one. Um, but that's just my personal experience. Sometimes I don't feel that awesome, but from the side effects. But that's very, very rare for me. But that's pretty much it. I posted a picture of all of my medications, also on my Tumblr if you want to see that there. That's available to you also. I hope you have a good week. Thanks for watching.